I love to follow the money. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, you were said to have rejected 100 million naira bribe in cash.
Yes.
Please, take us through what happened.
So in 2014, during the campaign election season, the then Federal Executive Council approved and released the sum of 9.2 billion naira to procure the sum of 950,000 clean cook stove and 18,000 wonder bags. At that time, the Nigerian people were not happy because there was high level of unemployment and other social vices. But then this was an executive order, and this money was coming from the Ecological Fund Office. So for us, we wanted to ensure that we informed the Nigerian people and engage the beneficiaries of this stove. So what I did at that time was to travel across this 6 geopolitical zone, and I was asking rural women who were the beneficiary, have you heard about this government intervention? Would you use the stove? Most women were not aware of the grassroots, so I visited hard to reach communities. And then I came back to Abuja with my colleagues, and we organized a stakeholders meeting. We brought together all the stakeholders, and we were the only group leading this conversation, sharing knowledge and information between government and the people.
And the people,
At one point, I was invited for a meeting. So I got a call to come for a meeting, and the person specifically said I should come alone. But as an activist, and something I've learned from most of my mentors, you don't go to a meeting alone. So I went with one of my colleagues. So we went into this meeting with this senior government official at that time. So the government official said, oh, well, Hamzat, I told you to come alone. I said, well, my colleague decided to accompany me. So the official now said, okay, you people are causing us a lot of problem. Follow the money. We need you to keep quiet. We need you to look the other way around. And I said, what problem are we causing you? We're trying to make your work easy. We want the Nigerian people to be excited about this. All you have to do is use the money judiciously so women would not die from cooking. And then I was told, well, money is involved. 9.2 billion is a lot of money. You're a young man and you have prospects. You have so many things ahead of you. You need to...
The usual language.
You need to take it easy. Hamzat, you're a young man. I believe you like to get a new car and buy a house. I was just quiet and just listening. So at the point, they brought out the Ghana must go of minted 500 and 1,000 notes. Like, I've never seen those kind of crispy... Yes, 100 million cash.
Didn't something in you say, take this money? It's our money.
Honestly,
it's our national money.
Honestly, nothing in me said take the money, because...
So everything in you from the get-go said reject this money.
So honestly, I was super angry when that money came out. I was so angry, but I needed to control my anger at that point.
I'm also angry now even, but I don't know why. But just go ahead.
Yeah, so when the money came out and 100 million, I was offered 100 million. And I'm happy because I have a witness. So I told the person, oh no, I always move around with taxi. Can you give me a minute? Let me go and arrange for a taxi to come and carry the money. Because again, when you go into some of these meetings, you need to find an exit route. And that was my only exit.
Yes.
So I said, oh, okay, fine. Please, go and arrange a taxi. So I went out with my colleague and straight we went to the office. We quickly wrote a report and documented everything that happened and put it on SoundCloud and on Google Drive. So in case anything happens. But then I got a call saying, they apologized, saying that they're sorry for giving me 100 million. That is too small. That of 9.2 billion. Why would they give me 100 million? That I should name a price. So now they're offering me to name a price of what I want. So when we talk about corruption in Nigeria, it's deeper than what we actually think. Oh, yes.
Anyway, look, this interview is getting exciting. Don't even go anywhere. We'll take a break, okay? And remember, Binta Badmos and SLK, they have something for you. Don't go anywhere. All right, yes, you're still watching the other news. I'm glad you did not go anywhere. Don't even try it, because it's getting very hot in here with Hamzat. All right, yes.
Call me Hamzi. You're my friend.
Hamzi!
Yes.
All right, Hamzi in the studio. Hamzi, we were talking about, the Follow the Money project and all that. Have you ever been supported by any government or threatened by any government in the course of your Follow the Money project?
Oh, yes. So, as you can tell, I'm very young, and I have a small stature. So I've been harassed, I've been intimidated quite a number of times. And you know, when I started in 2012, a lot of...
I'm glad you're still alive.
Oh, yes. You know, you have to be alive to make change.
Yeah, but you know what I mean by I'm glad you're still alive.
I know,
you know,
I know. I know. And I would live long.
This is Nigeria. I'm not saying that.
I know.
I'm just, as far as the bad guy, I'm just quoting.
I know.
Yeah, but go ahead.
So, yeah. So, and for me, it's about that consistency as a young man. But also not making it about me. I had an incident where I was almost arrested. But because of the group I represent and I amplify their voice, so a lot of things that we do, we talk about the issues that affect an average or every average Nigerian from the west, south, north, east. We help amplify it using technology tools like Twitter and Facebook. And because the community at the grassroots understand what we do and they have embraced Follow the Money, that day, that very interesting day, when they wanted to arrest me, the community people rose and stood in front of me, over 60 people. I would never forget that. And they said to me that, so they said to the people, if you have to arrest Hamzat, because according to you, he's instigating young people against the government, you'd have to arrest the 60 of us and all the community members. So again, as an activist, for me, it's about amplifying the voices of the people and ensuring we bridge that gap between government and the people.
Amnesty reports on Nigeria last year indicted the country on so many levels. I mean, in response, the government described it as concocted, you know, unrealistic, and even asked the organization to leave some parts of the country. You know, as an activist, you've been to some of these affected areas. What is your take on the whole situation between the Amnesty International and Nigerian government?
First, it is quite sad that we're experiencing the insurgents and we're not just losing Nigerians, but we're losing our military. And for me, I'm always for we need to support our military and give them all the materials, both financial and moral and all the support. But I think that the Nigerian military was too quick to respond to that report. This was not just a report that was cooked up. There was a series of research and validation on that report. And I felt that, personally, it was an opportunity for the Nigerian army. If you look at it from a positive point of view, it's an opportunity for the Nigerian army to strengthen their strategy and even call Amnesty to the table to get advice and feedback. And I believe that that report talks about what is the value of the life of a Nigerian citizen. That is what is at stake. Do we have value for our life?
So the Nigerian government shouldn't have reacted the way they reacted?
Oh, no, they shouldn't have.
They shouldn't have reacted that way?
Oh, they shouldn't have.
Okay, fine. Nigerian youths have been described as lazy and unprepared to take over leadership. Do you agree with that?
Definitely not. I'm not lazy.
Fantastic. And with the election coming, with the election around the corner, you know, if you were to talk to these Nigerian youths that have been described as lazy and unwilling to take over leadership from the old generation, what specifically would you be saying to them?
The future of this great country is in our hands. And as young people, we decide who becomes the next president, who becomes our state governors, who becomes both federal and state lawmakers. So it means that, and if you look at the data from INEC, over 52% of eligible registered voters with their permanent voters card are young people. So young people actually owns this country. We're the only force to reckon with. And I believe that we have strived in every sphere. And when I say every sphere, if you look at the entertainment industry, young people are leading. The financial institution, the civil society space, the civic technology space. But when it comes to politics, the old guards would say, wait till your turn, or go and learn the ropes.
Yes. And when is this turn?
The world is being led by ideas.
And these guys their ideas are a bit outdated, is that what you're saying?
So the thing is, they don't have ideas because they are professional politicians. As young people, we're professionals in our own climb. But these politicians, the only profession they have is politics.
It's political hustle.
And now is their investment period.
That is
what is making corruption to strive.
Follow the money, Hamza. I've enjoyed this interview so much. Is there politics in your future?
No. There
How
is
are we
no
gonna do
politics
this?
in
How are we
my
gonna do
future.
this?
Hold
How are we
on.
going to encourage young people to
Hold
take over
on.
leadership? And
We-
here I
we-
am,
hold
sitting right in
on.
front of a young man who is dynamic, very
My brother
articulate,
Okay
knows so much,
Bakassi,
and he's
hold
saying
on,
no.
hold
Okay.
on, hold
Okay,
on.
I'm holding on.
We all can't run for public office. We all can't get appointed. For me, what makes me happy is what I do. I believe that as young people who wants to run for office, first it should be about that contentment. Because running for office and getting involved in politics is about service to humanity. I am leading where I am, so as every other person.
One word about follow the money. What is it about?
Follow the money, it's about mobilizing citizens to hold their government to account to ensure every single kobo counts.